Okay, number 2, we've got 7 and 694 thousandths minus 3 and 987 thousandths. Now I can't subtract 4 minus 7, so I've got to borrow from this 9 and make it an 8. So it adds 10. So now I can subtract 14 minus 7 is 7. 8 minus 8 is 0. Uh-oh, I can't do 6 minus 9. So that's going to be 16 by borrowing from the 7. So 16 minus 9 is 7. 6 minus 3 is 3. So my answer is 3 and 707 thousandths. Number 3, I've got 6 and 72 hundredths minus 5 and 801 thousandths. So I have nothing here, so I can put a 0 there as a placeholder. But when I try to subtract, I can't subtract 0 minus 1. So I'm going to have to borrow. 10 minus 1 gives us 9, and 1 minus 0 gives us 1. Then I've got 7 minus 8. Well, I can't do that unless I borrow again. So 17 minus 8 is 9. Make sure you bring down that decimal. And 5 minus 5 is 0. So my answer is 919 thousandths. Our next problem is 8 and 2 tenths minus 4 and 603 thousandths. Now I have to put my placeholders here so that all my numbers line up. I can't subtract 0 minus 3, so I've got to borrow. Okay, so now 10 minus 3 is 7. 9 minus 0 is 9. 1 minus 6. Can't do that, so I've got to borrow from the 8, make it a 7, and make that 11. So 11 minus 6 is 5. 7 minus 4 is 3. So my answer is 3 and 597 thousandths. Okay, our next problem is 6 and 72 hundredths minus 5 and 81 hundredths. So I can subtract 2 minus 1 and get 1. I cannot subtract 7 minus 8 until I borrow from the 6. So 17 minus 8 is 9, and 5 minus 5 is 0. Number 6, I've got 70.3 minus 64.9. So the first thing I have to do 3 minus 9 is borrow. I can't borrow just from the 0. I have to borrow all the way over here from the 7. So 13 minus 9 is 4. Bring down the decimal. 9 minus 4 is 5. And 6 minus 6 is 0. So my answer is 5 and 4 tenths. Number 7 says the Ocean Club collected 24 and 93 hundredths kilograms of trash. Then the club collected 18 and 5 hundredths kilograms of trash on the second weekend. How much more trash was collected on the first weekend than the second? So I'm going to subtract these two because it did say how much more, and that tells me I'm subtracting. So the first thing I notice is I have to borrow here, and I borrow a set of 10 there. So 13 minus 5 is 8. 8 minus 0 is 8. Bring down my decimal. I'm going to have to borrow here. And 14 minus 8 is 6. So I have 6 and 88 hundredths kilograms. Number 8, a scientist recorded a temperature of 234 and 566 thousandths. The temperature then fell 48 and 7 hundredths degrees. What was the temperature after it fell? So if I have nothing here, I can put a 0 as a placeholder. 6 minus 0 is 6. I have to borrow here for this to be able to subtract 7. So 16 minus 7 is 9. 4 minus 0 is 4. This will have to borrow from the 3. 14 minus 8 is 6. Uh-oh, 2 minus 4. Can't do that. So I got to borrow again. Make this 12. 12 minus 4 is 8. And 1 minus nothing is 1. So the temperature is 186 and 496 thousandths degrees Celsius.